We are back for part 7, and by some miracle, I was able to get the other pictures uploaded. I figured out I needed to do it from my phone to get it to work. So we've got a few more to go through to rank or to put in the tiers, and then we're going to rank order after that, which should take up most of this video. So not too much time to get these last few ranked. There's only a handful, well, two handfuls, but wanted to make sure that we got these in here, and hopefully I didn't miss anybody else too important. All right, the first one is Hera Syndulla from Clone Wars, or from Rebels, excuse me, which is the sequel to Clone Wars. She's the pilot, important part of the show. All the characters in that show are pretty strong. Like I said, Ezra is probably my least favorite, and he's the main character in a way, but I thought Hera was a good character in it, so I will have her in the Barely Not Awesome. Let's have her just below Yoda. All right, next picture cut off a little bit. This is Gohan. I mentioned Gohan quite a bit before, son of Goku. Gohan's a tricky one because Gohan was like a kid who didn't have Goku when he was first born. He had like died in a, not firstborn, but when he was really young, he had died in battle. And Gohan had actually shown some like strength. He was angry and ended up like breaking a guy's breastplate or something. So it's like obviously he had power. So Piccolo actually trained him when he was young, and then Gohan became a Super Saiyan and actually became the first to go to the second level or whatever it is. Want to say when fighting Cell, so ended up beating Cell. So that was like Gohan to me's peak. He was at his best. Then he became kind of a side part of the show. He'd become almost like a pacifist. He stopped using his powers. He became this like superhero where he used them a little bit, but he didn't train. He was more focused on his studies and stuff, which is like what his mom would have wanted. So that Gohan got kind of weak, but he did come back for Super and trained a little bit toward the end. So redeeming Gohan, but he had a chance to become like one of the best characters, I think, and they just pulled him back a little too much. But I like Gohan. I'll have him in the Barely Not Awesome for now. We'll see if that changes, but just felt like they could have done a little bit more. He was fun on like Namek with Krillin and Bulma too. Okay, Woody Woodpecker. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. He can get annoying for sure, but I like the story or the theme song and his story with the little penguin and the gosh, I can't remember what the other guy's name is, the villain guy, but he was a fun character. I liked his voice. He's a troublemaker, as they said on Seinfeld. That's what he does. But he's fun. I like Woody Woodpecker. I'm going to put him in the Barely Not Awesome category, maybe around like Speedy Gonzalez. Could move up. He had a couple shows. There was like the old Woody Woodpecker show, and then one I grew up more with, I think, in the 80s, 90s. All right, this is Khalifa or Khalifa. Never know how to pronounce that, but she is. I mentioned her a long time ago. She's from the other universe within Dragon Ball Super, where her sister, I think it's her sister, or maybe her best friend, Kale, and then Kaba, who are right here. I like her a lot more though. I think she's fiery and got more to her than the others. So I'm gonna move her up. I'll have her around like Boo, up in the Barely Not Awesome category. And she fuses with Kale to make something else. Kefla maybe. All right, this is Tina. I had missed one of the kids from Bob's Burgers, or it didn't get loaded. Tina is the oldest daughter or the oldest kid. And she is a nerd, doesn't know how to like handle adolescence, struggles. One thing I like about her is when she just starts going, when she gets nervous and won't stop. And they're like, Tina, stop, stop. But she's a fun character. Would I watch the show just to like watch Tina? Probably not, but she's cool enough for sure. I like her more than I like Jean, but not nearly as much as I like Luis. So I'll have her in the cool enough, somewhere in the middle. All right, I think I made a mistake earlier. Centurions. This is Max Rockwell. He's the ground dude. I think I called the other one um, the ground guy, and he's actually the other guy was actually the sea specialist. So this is the leader, Max, and I think Max is a little bit cooler than some of the others. Like Ace is down here. I can't remember where I put the other guy, but I liked him all right. He had some cool gear and stuff. I don't know if I have him. Here's the other one. This is the sea guy. You see, he's actually got like a sea cover on his face. Uh, and or no, okay. So his name is Max Ray, the sea guy. This is Jake Rockwell. I got it now. And then Ace McLeod is the third one. So I like him a little bit more as the leader, but I'll have him right there by um, Max Ray. Jake Rockwell, Rock Ground, Max Ray, Stingray, Ace McLeod, Cloud. There you go. That's how you get the names straight of these people. All right. Quick Kick. Missed the G.I. Joe guy. I was like, I'm missing somebody's a couple from G.I. Joe. I've got CoverGirl as well. CoverGirl and Quick Kick. So Quick Kick annoyed me. I liked Quick Kick when I was younger, and now I started watching. I was like, gosh, this guy just does not shut up, and is just always joking. So he's not my favorite. He's still fun. Like he's fun on the show. He's cool enough, but I don't like him as much as some of these other guys. He is more interesting than like some of the a little bit boring guys. Like we had Mainframe just a minute ago. I just moved him. Maybe around Alpine. I'm gonna have it. There's Mainframe. I'm gonna have him around Alpine. All right, CoverGirl. CoverGirl gets a bad rap from me because I get her confused with Scarlet. I know it sounds ridiculous, but they just kind of look a little similar to me. Uh, she's fun. I like her. I mean, she's a good character. They all are. But she didn't, to me, do a whole lot. And again, I got confused over like when she was in it, so I'll have her around Shipwreck. Not Hot Rod from Transformers. This is Rodimus Prime. This is after the movie because Hot Rod was never in the show at first. I shouldn't say never in the show. He just wasn't in the show at first. He became Rodimus Prime when Optimus Prime died, so he was the leader. He looks a little older and more grizzled than the Hot Rod from the show. I loved Hot Rod. I know not everybody does because he got Optimus Prime killed, but when I was young, he was like the really cool car, cool guy, redeemed himself. Rodimus Prime, I did not like how they wrote him and what they did with him because he was too like, oh, I don't know how to be a leader and this is really hard. I'm never going to fill Optimus Prime's shoes. And it's like, dude, I get it. And they just kept pounding on that to the point where the ratings tanked and then Optimus Prime had to come back and then he became Hot Rod again. So it's like, okay, you're just trying to cover your tracks there. And I liked Hot Rod when he came back. So Rodimus Prime, it wasn't like he was terrible. I'd still have him as cool enough, but compared to some of the other Transformers, like I wish they'd have done a lot more with him. Let's still put him above Snarf. All right. Black Widow missed an Earth's Mightiest Hero, tried to run through the important Avengers, and she was one of them. She was cool in the show, cool enough as well. Did well with her voice, and I like her, as a spy. She's just not like the most intriguing Avenger to me. So I would have her. Where's Hal Jordan? I had Hal. Yeah, so just let's put her like right by Hal Jordan. All right, running out a few. Got some three important ones. I'm going to skip there. This is Cheetor. Cheetor was in Beast Wars. I missed a Beast Wars guy. File didn't load. He's, if I remember a little bit more of just the sensible, kind of fun guy. You had Rat Trap, you had Rhinox, and Optimus Primal earlier. Cheetor's a little more, there they are, normal of them, and I don't remember him as much. There's a couple of other ones, Air Razor maybe, but I don't remember him enough to Even there was Dinobot too, which he was kind of good and bad, so I didn't put him in here. I couldn't remember if he ended up being good or bad. But yeah. Okay, we have a couple of Ninja Turtles. We've got Casey Jones. So Casey was a side character, but a fun character. Had his bag of bats and golf clubs and stuff, and had the hockey mask. I liked Casey Jones a lot. I'll have him in the awesome category. Um, Seeing where I have. I'll have him up kind of by April. See how that all plays out. And then we had Donatello. So we missed a turtle. I mentioned we missed a turtle. So Donatello, the nerdy one with the bow, still awesome. Love the Ninja Turtles. They're all great. And we'll see if any get elevated. But we had Raphael, Leonardo, Michelangelo, not too far around here. And Donatello on the show was maybe right above Michelangelo for me. So it's like Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo. Loved them all, but that was the order of the ones that I liked. All right, last we have Samurai Jack. I mentioned Jack because I had some other Jack characters in here, and I love the show. I mentioned it on my villains one too. Samurai Jack is one of my goats. He is a really well written character. As a kid, he like essentially loses his family because their village gets attacked, but they don't die. So he's spending his whole life trying to train to get his family back, and then he gets thrown forward in time when the world's already destroyed, essentially, and has to figure out a way to get back. And so his whole thing is having a quest. But the reason he's great, he's super noble, tries to do everything right, but he fails sometimes and like mentally loses it at times, but realizes it and kind of comes back to being great. So he to me is one of the goats, and that's just it's a great story from beginning to end. Okay, that gets us to the list. We've got plenty of time, hopefully, to go through the rank order. This is gonna be tough. There's a ton of these. They're not gonna be perfect. Some I might just be like, yeah, I don't know. But we're gonna start from the bottom and go up. So the kind of trash. Again, it's like which one's more trash than not. And some of these might move up or might move down, depending. How many, I should have done this when I was up there. How many goats did I have? This is like 8. I think I had about 8. Sorry, I'm scrolling fast. Yeah, it's close. So it's not like super unbalanced. All right. Not that it matters. We had Jar Jar. Jar Jar's super annoying. I like Jar Jar more than Scooter. Scooter's awful. The kid, can't even remember his name now, is less annoying than Bronto Thunder. Again, Bronto Thunder was a huge disappointment for me. I'd have Snarfer below Jabberjaw and Dynamite. Just kind of a duplicative, unnecessary character above Flutterina. Nah, we'll put Flutterina above. Okay, that gets to our trash. Let's see if I have any others that meet that criteria that I should have moved down. I don't think so. So I feel pretty good about the. Yeah. All right. Okay, Amy I like more than some of these others. So Amy I didn't really care about, but she was fine. I'm going to move her more toward the top up here. These folks, yeah, this was cops. Some of the cops I didn't add in here. I looked and that I had them, but I just don't remember them. So there were like Long Arm, which I should have had in here that I vaguely remember, but that's about it. So fine to keep those down. Aloe I liked a little bit more than some of these, so I'm going to move him up. Baby Smurf, Leech. Leech was a little more interesting than these guys. I liked Gleek a little bit more than the others. Wonder Dog probably falls below those two. Bumblebee was just forgettable. This version of Bumblebee. I'll have her down by Bonehead. Bo, Sheldon, Chaozu I'll move up. Echo, I'll move up a little bit. Moira, I didn't like Moira. I'm just calling it out. I'm gonna have her below Bo. Uh, I was thinking about that. This is like because I didn't know his name. It's something like Mati or Nati, but I think he was in the M's. Uh, so I think it's yeah Mati. Hmm. He's probably fine. All right, Animal. I liked Animal. I liked Animal. Not like cool enough, but just comparatively, it's like oh, Animal's on the screen. Okay. Furball, a little bit forgettable. I just man, I always forget these She-Ra names. Um, Dazzler just wasn't much, but she was fine. I've watched Furball more than her. I've watched Furball more than some of these. All right. Um, Haji's fine. Madame Raz. Lifeline. Jocko. Okay, Rocket. I'm gonna move down a little bit. Just didn't have much to do. Probably should just not included her in here. Haley, I moved up, so she and Meg are kind of together. I mean, they're more interesting characters than some of these others that are at least central to the show. Scooter and Skeeter, I like above Top Cat. Jocko, I probably like above Top Cat. Vanity, I'd move down, maybe more toward these folks. Um, mm-hmm. Okay. Sneezer didn't have a ton to do. I'll move him down. He's cute, but it's like okay. Raza, I'll move down. He didn't do much. It's kind of more like Rocket had a little more to do. Maybe around there. Hot Wing or whatever that guy's name was. All right, then we get to. Okay, this is a little unfair. I like Gene more than that. I like Gene in the show. He gets annoying at times for me, but it's a good show and he's needed in it. Chris is a little the same way. All these are. So I'm going to put Long Shot as kind of the top for now. I might move a couple down. But anyway, those characters are important and cool enough. They have their moments of being funny and everything. So there's Steve, similar situation. Speed Buggy, if I Ram Man, I don't really care about. I just don't. I'll move him down, and he's probably below even Chaozu. Okay. Fine. Yep. Marista, Pebbles, Peach, Yoshi. I'd probably have Peach above Yoshi. I'd have Pebbles above these two. Even as a little baby in the original Flintstones, she's good. And then, okay, Mindy. Oh, hello, nice lady. I keep getting that in my head. It just makes me laugh every time. So I'll keep that one. Sorceress is fine, but probably above Stratos. Stratos is more down here for me. Again, I'm going to move like Gene and Chris and Steve up. I should have just moved Stratos down. But that's a little closer. I keep giving them a little bit more credit in my head, but it's because I remember more scenes and things that they're in that are funny. Samurai. Okay. Oolong. Okay, we got the animal people. Yeah, Scrappy. I like Scrappy more than some of these others. I mean, he gets on my nerves, but it's fine. Hepzibah's more forgettable, so I'm going to move her toward the bottom down here. Uh, I did like to see her on screen. I just wish she'd have been on screen more, like back and forth with Corsair. It would have been better. Okay, a High Father. He was cool, but he just didn't have a ton to do, so I'm gonna move him down. Down there. Halo. Was this Halo? I think. But it was an interesting character, so I'll leave it close, but I'll put it maybe below the Wonder Twins, and then we had Katie Kaboom, just a fun side character, but I don't know that she was doing all that much. Minerva, I remember more, so I'll keep Minerva there. Gretchen, Stripe is more forgettable. I'm going to move him down. He wasn't in it a ton. Um, let's have Stripe just above Peach. So Gretchen, Gus, go, fun, Rosalind, or Goslin. Um, yeah, go a little bit more. Penny, Vince, and Mikey. Those are good. Flim Flam, I'll move. No, Flim Flam's fine. He's a fun little character. Fisto, I can move down a bit. Again, I just remember Fisto from having the fist. He might be all right, but some of those He-Man characters I just kind of remember from an episode or so. I'll have him down by Sorceress, a little below. Sorceress, Mechaneck, similar thing, but I think I liked him more than Fisto. Okay, Dr. Light didn't do much. Fine to move her a bit down. How about by High Father? Perfuma, let's move her down a bit below Sorceress, Fisto. She was okay. I'm going to have her down by Marmista. So I got the two hippos, Rita and Runt. Jim. Again, I didn't watch Jim a ton. Probably it's a girl show, but I should probably go back and like actually see the character and listen to the voice and everything. I know they sang; it might be good. Been a while though. Okay, I cannot remember. Is it Tula? Something like that. Why is that coming to my head? But I'll move her down because I don't remember her all that much to like there. Okay, Jim, I'd move above at least Tara, and then Johnny Quest should give more time. He's probably better than I'm giving him credit for, but it's based on what I've seen. So Dino, I'd have above some of these guys, and then man, which one is this? Clumsy? I can't remember which one I put down. Here's like that one's the most generic one. There's nothing that calls him out. I should have labeled him or something. But anyway, okay, Zipper, Jerry. I'd have Jerry over or Tom, excuse me, over Little Beeper and Byron. I think I'd have Zipper over these two, and then Mr. Skullhead's funny, but he doesn't do as much as these guys. Good idea, bad idea to move him down. Clumsy, I guess. I'm gonna just keep that, and then Puar. I'd have Puar above Xandor, maybe. Rosie, Hello Nurse, Stargirl, Calamity. Calamity, I'd maybe move down to here. Shining Knight, Hawk Dove, Fire Ice. Wonder Girl, Max, not bad. Elongated Man, Dead Man. I'd probably have Dead Man above Captain Atom. And then Elongated Man over Steel. Okay, Black Vulcan, I'm going to move down a bit. I just don't remember him enough. Let's put him... just below Xandor. All right. So we have Winter Soldier. We have Corsair. Corsair was like fairly cool. I mean, he lame dad, but they did a good job with him on the show. Morph, again, it's a struggle. Creeper didn't do as much, but was kind of fun. So I'll move him down a tad. Morph, Vigilante. Okay, Vigilante wasn't as cool as some of these others, but I'll have him by Steel. And then Impulse. Impulse I'll move down to below Wonder Girl. Again, a replacement a bit of Flash, or Kid Flash, so doesn't need to have too much credit. And then Terra, Galatia, both villainous turned hero. Geoforce. Terra's more interesting than Geoforce, I think. They're brother and sister. Galatia's more interesting than both of them. Power Girl. And then Tech. Probably have those above Tech. And then Hawkman. I'd have him above Hawkman. Kwame. Yeah, I like Kwame. He's fun. And then Buona Beast, talked about him. Powdered Toastman. Powdered Toastman, I'll move down a bit. It's not that he's not a funny character. I just don't remember a ton about it. He's kind of more like Mr. Skullhead here to me. So I will put him just above Mr. Skullhead. Firestorm, Red Tornado. Red Tornado's a little lamer than Power Girl. Power Girl's had some interesting stuff, being a clone and all that. All right, Bulletproof. That's one of the cops characters I did have. And then we had Ace McCloud. Ace is that cocky dude from Centurions, but he had some cool tech. So I'm fine with that. Copper Kid. Let's throw Copper Kid down below Power Girl. Guy. I didn't like Guy as much as Kwame, so I'm going to put her right below. And Galatia right above her. Better than Copper Kid, though. Okay. Stargazer and Gaia, both the guiding leaders or whatever of their shows, respectively. Silverhawks and Captain Planet. Fine. Both above Orion and both above Big Barda. Okay. I think that's all right. Mockingbird. Jace, I didn't watch Wheeled Warriors enough. I'm going to move him down. How far is the question? Let's move. She's kind of my crux of where to move right now. All right. Mockingbird is fine. Hal Jordan's fine. Black Widow is fine. Tina, I got to move up a little bit. Because she's funny. She's funny with the other characters. I don't know that she'd be super funny by herself, but she's got enough problems and everything that I'm going to throw her up top and deal with it later. Maybe, okay, there's a good comp. It's like Lisa. All right, Captain Falcon, or Blue Falcon. Yeah, I liked him. I always wanted him to be on like Laugh Olympics or something because I thought he looked cool. Kale and Kaba. Okay. Luann. Yeah, that's fine. Roll, Rush. Foulmouth I can move down a little bit, but he is funny. Let's put Foulmouth. It's a little less intriguing. So I'm going to break up those guys a little bit and put them down there. All right. Cheryl, Beast Boy. Again, Beast Boy was one that just was better. And then went down. This is what I always get his name wrong. Kiamundi. I actually liked him a little bit more than Shakti. And then Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, Sue Storm. I'm sure I like Johnny more when I think about it. Question. Okay, some of the Smurfs can move down. I bookmarked them together here. We had Jokey. And let's have Jokey down here below like Puar. Handy, a little cooler. Let's have Handy right there. Brawny, Hefty, can never remember. Strongy, it's not Strongy. But anyway, Strong Smurf. Let's put him like right above Morph, and then Brainy. Brainy's fine. I like Brainy, so cool. And then Toad. Toad, let's put just ahead of Rush. Okay, then we had Blitz and Bowser. Bowser's the dude. Blitz is the dog. Cops. They're right. I like Bulletproof probably more than them, so I'm going to put them right there. Benton Quest. Okay, he's probably better than God Pigeon. Ox King, Battle Cat. It's just the cringer part of it. I get that's his character. That's fine. That's fine. All right, Snarf. Annoying but critical and enjoyable, memorable. So I'm going to keep him. Artemis Prime, already talked about him. Still looks cool. Wasn't terrible, but he was not my favorite. Sven. I'd move Sven above. Yeah, probably above Skippy. Okay. Right, Peabody and Miss Slappy. Where did I put Slappy Squirrel? I think I put her higher up. That's good. All right, Skippy, Sven, Odie, Ashley, Wendy. Yeah, Tina, Lisa. I like Tina a little bit more than Lisa. I like both a little bit more than Bobby. Pesto's fine. Captain Falcon can move down a little bit. I didn't like him that much. Let's move him down to Blue Falcon. Can beat him in the Falcon Wars. All right. Maggie. I'm going to put Maggie just a little bit below Tina. And then these can be separated. Okay, so Sandy in the middle of Lisa and Maggie. Squid, and then Tina. And I know I keep moving Tina up. She's newer, and I didn't really take time to think about placing her, but she is funny. Just how much of a dork and loser she can be at times, but still end up being a cool character. Bam Bam. Bam Bam doesn't have as much to do as some of these others, and I would not put her above some of these. So I'll put him. Let's split. I'm going to put him between Wendy and Ashley. Brave Star, didn't watch enough of. I'm going to move Brave Star down a bit. Let's call it right below Rodimus Prime, a little above Snarfer. I mean, I've seen him enough to know who his character is, but just not enough to really be able to place him any higher. All right. Okay, we got the Herculoids, which I like all three of those guys. They're fun together. Then we had Shazam, Captain Marvel, Metamorpho, Cyborg, Cyborg is one. If I watch the show again, I think he's got more to do, more importance that I would like, and I just forget it. Okay, then we have the Gargoyles. Okay, I'd probably have Cyborg above Hudson. I think that's Hudson. And then we had Brooklyn, Lexington, and Broadway. Lexington, Brooklyn, Broadway, I think in that order. And those guys are all similar to me. That's just fine. Okay, then we had this is Mainframe. Mainframe's a little more boring to me out of the G.I. Joe characters. I'm going to have him down by Sven. And Skippy's above. And we had Sherman. Yeah, I like Sherman a little bit more. So we'll just put Mainframe there. Doug. It's kind of a boring character sometimes. I'm going to put him right below Tina. All right. Dizzy Devil. All right. Got the Chipmunks here. Let's make sure the Chipmunks are in right order. Alvin, Theodore, Simon, Dave. Okay, it's probably that. All right. Who's the first person I threw on here and might be a little bit too high. Just more down with these folks and my favorite of these folks. Okay, Quick Kick, fun, annoying sometimes, but fun. Alpine, yeah, Bengali, okay. All right, these Beast Wars characters. Cheetor, I'd have below let's say Cyborg. Optimus Primal, Rat Trap, Rhinox. Okay, I think I liked the Chipmunks more. Even, you know what, Dizzy Devil as well. And then same with Rat Trap, Rhinox. I liked more, and I will probably have him above Alpine. So splitting those up a little bit. Bengali, Link So. I liked Bengali a little bit more than Link So. It gets a little repetitive of like a Tigra, but I thought he looked cool. All right, we have Link, we have Zelda. Okay, I probably like Link more. But man, Zelda's good. And it is just, I can't get over the whole him talking thing. But, oh well. All right, we have Frosta. Frosta, again, the flirtatious Frosta, who embarrasses He-Man, is fun. But I would probably have her a little lower. Let's have her just below Link So. All right, Doctor Strange, man, again, I can't remember which shows he's really in. Spider-Man, I know, but man, I feel like he should have been in Earth's Mightiest Heroes and other stuff more, but who knows with all the Marvel stuff. But I'm going to move him down a little bit below Link So. We have Lalandra, who's a good character, but just not my favorite, that I will move down as well and put below Doctor Strange. Mr. Miracle, I can move down a bit. He's more, I like it a little bit more Metamorpho. That's about right. Okay, Plo Koon was a little cooler of the Jedi on the show, if I recall. So I think I'm fine with him here. Then we have Dr. Fate, who I thought was a little bit cooler, and I like him there. And then we have Angel, who I would have below those two. I have Iceman, who I'd move even below Angel. Just didn't do enough with him. Centurions. So we had Max Ray, Jake Rockwell, been through that ordeal. I think I'm fine, even though they're together right now. Okay, then Colossus. I liked Colossus. I did like Colossus. I'm gonna have Colossus. I'm gonna shift him up a bit and see what happens. Right, we have Brain, Iron Fist, the Thing, Mace Windu. I'm gonna move Mace down a little bit to just above. No, I'm gonna move him just below Plo Koon. Thing. I'm gonna move Luke Cage down one. Falcon down below Iron Fist. The Heroes for Hire were pretty cool. I just need to see what that episode looks like again. Or episodes. I think there were a few. Colossus. Okay, Captain Marvel was good. Huntress was good. Blue Beetle. But all of those, I still like Colossus. He didn't have as much to do in the show, but I wish they used him more. He was done well. All right, Android 8. I like Android 8. All right, Ace the Bat Dog was early on. I'm going to move him down. He didn't have a ton to go. He's probably right below Odie for me. So we'll just throw him down there. Then we have Static X, who I don't like as much as some of these others. But he's kind of around Cyborg and just above Cheetor. How about that? CoverGirl. I don't like as much as some of these. I'll put her in between the Centurions. How about that? Okay, Shipwreck gets on my nerves, but he's still fun. So he may move a little bit. We'll see. And then this was, I couldn't remember, it's Junkyard, I think. It's a Junkyard Dog. I'm going to move Shipwreck above Junkyard. And was it Gyro Doc, Gizmo Doc, something like that? I've been through a lot of characters, forget that one now. I think it's Gizmo Doc. So he is fun, but I just don't remember enough about him. I'll split up the G.I. Joe guys. Forager's fun. He's quirky personality. I'll throw him just below the Thing. And Thing is getting a little bit of credit, maybe, of me just remembering him from other stuff, the Clobbering Time and all that, but I like Thing. Jonah Hex is pretty cool, but I'm going to move him down a tad. Not too much. Wildcat, the boxer. Let's put him just above Blue Beetle. This is Goten, who I do like. Whis, I like a little less than Goten. Snake Eyes, Granny. Granny I can move down a bit. I do like Granny, but she's not one of my favorite characters comparatively. I'm going to say just below Dizzy Devil. Okay, Wilma, same thing. She's just not one of my favorites, and I'm going to put her right below. Yeah. I'm going to put her right below Wendy. All right, we got Bill Dotrieve. Bill's funny. I like Bill. I'm going to kind of keep him there. Tallyhawk didn't have a ton to do. I moved him up there because he had an eagle friend. But he's cool. I like Tallyhawk. Let's throw Tallyhawk right below Link. So Spirit, I'm going to move Spirit down a tad as well, but not too much. Let's move Spirit just above Wildcat, right below Colossus. Sorry, I'm just like mentally processing these things just so I get quiet. Bill, okay, then Beachhead. Again, Beachhead's one of those like super shocking characters to me because I thought he was just going to be some lame dude with a mask on and he comes in and starts yelling at everybody, if I'm remembering right. So I was like, oh, that guy's hardcore. Fine. So a little bit like that with some of these characters in the middle here. Um, so race. All right. Low light. I'll probably switch these two. Okay, I moved Black Panther over War Machine. I think that's fine. That's not too bad. I know there's a lot of GI Joes in a row there, but they're all kind of similar to me. Yeah. Okay. Plastic Man, Vision, Apache Chief, Angela. Angela, I'll move down a little bit. She wasn't in the show as much as I recall, but not too far. I'm going to take her. Let's put her right below Bill. All right. Kenny. So just gonna, it gets so much tougher as you get higher for me. Okay, how are we doing on time? Not great. All right, Cleveland, Gerald, Kenny, Bo. Okay, I'd have these guys over Bo. Bo's fine. Then we have Spark Plug, we have Steel Will. So Cleveland, I'm gonna move up a bit. Gerald, Kenny can stay around there. Vixen, I'm gonna move down below Kenny. Steel Will, I put below Spark Plug, and Gerald and Kenny. And then Cleveland, Ezra. Well, he's a good character. Ezra's better than Kit. One of my favorite on Rebels, but he's still good. Like him more than TJ. And Fifi. Fifi needs to move down. She's too high. Fifi is more around Dizzy Devil. Okay. Wild Bill is fun. Grouchy. I moved Grouchy down a little bit. It's a high Smurf. Boomhauer Bill. Let's call it right there. All right. Kit Fisto. TJ, Wild Bill, Judy. Pepe Le Pew. Okay. Arsenal. Red Arrow can move down. Cool character, but just, I mean, some of it's just his story is good. I'll have him right above Aqualad. Punisher, who we lost for a time but found and moved. And then we have Sonic, T-Bone, Speed Racer. Okay, Speed Racer I'll move down to just, let's call it just above Bo. And I need to move Bo down too because I didn't like She-Ra as much, the show. So I'm going to have him down right below Bill. Punisher. I like Punisher more than I like Sonic in the cartoons, and T-Bone, Elroy, Maria Hill, Wasp, Jubilee. Let's try right there. Sonic, T-Bone, Elroy. Let's take Elroy down below Sonic. Maria Hill, Wasp. It just popped into my head. This could be wrong. Officer Yeats, something like that, maybe. Because I couldn't think of his name earlier. All right, Punisher, Jean Grey. All right, now we're getting into the like, should they be up a little bit? Punisher to me is barely not awesome. I like the Punisher. I wish they'd had more to do with him. I wish there was a more like mature version that they could have used with him. Spider-Man was not the best venue to do that. Jean Grey needs to probably be up there a little bit too, just because of her time as Phoenix was better than her being the kind of boring Jean Grey at times. Jubilee, I didn't mind Jubilee. She's kind of fun. I'd have maybe her above Eliza, and then Francine above Jubilee, and Callie above Eliza in Gargoyles. And mark that as a grouping. Okay, Speedy Gonzalez, I will move down to just below there, and Wrecker as well. So Wrecker I probably have below like T-Bone. All right. So we have these folks. So the thief needs to move down a tad. I do like him a lot. He's just didn't have enough time. I like these folks more than I like Stan. And okay, Woody Woodpecker, I'd pull down. Smurfette, I would pull down below Wasp. And Tila, similarly. Okay. Francine, Jubilee. Okay. Scarlet, Sergeant Slaughter, fine. This is Tim Drake, Robin, Yajirobe, Yamcha, Roadrunner, Popeye. Okay, Manny Faces, I'm going to move down. What about right there? Popeye, Orko. Orko I don't like as much as some of these characters. Let's put him by Jean Grey. I think that'll fit for him. And then Corin, it's about there. Heathcliff is more down by Woody Woodpecker. Wily Kit, Wily Cat, Hampton, the Hercules. These guys, Gloop and Gleep, are a little high. They can't talk or do anything, but I do like them. They're fun. And let's have them just above Woody Woodpecker. So Hampton, Videl. I don't know that I like Videl as much as Hampton. I probably like Yamcha and Yajirobe a little bit more. Okay, and then these characters a little better than Launch. Mr. Popo is below those two. Okay, and then Fry, Roger, Mr. Peabody. Okay, Mr. Peabody I can bring down to here. And then Dr. Light I would bring down as well. Let's say below Scarlet. And you know what? Okay, you start remembering scenes from the show, like Sergeant Slaughter kicking butt and G.I. Joe was cooler than I remember. It just popped into my head. So I'm moving him up a little bit. Little Popeye. All right, Fry, Roger. Roger I will move down to just below and have him just below Fry. And then, oh, this is the professor. I can never remember his name. Professor was funny, and I'd have him above Fry. Kazar's too high. Probably in more in the cool enough section. The best Kazar scene I remember was when he and Wolverine were going to try to save the X-Men, and he has a pet named Zabu, who's a tiger. And they're like flying off to go find these people. Zabu has no idea where they're going. And he's like, if we die, avenge us. It's like, what the hell does that mean? Like, I have no idea where you're going. I have no idea who you're fighting, but I'm going to avenge you. Anyway, Kazar, I would have maybe down in the cool enough here. Forge. Let's move down toward Sergeant Slaughter as well. Storm, good. Nick Fury, good. Hawkeye, probably have Hawkeye a little down below Hampton. Yajirobe. Split up the Dragon Ball characters. Okay, Razor. Maybe similar thing. I'm going to put him down by Hawkeye. Man, Mario and Luigi. I still struggle with that show. I cannot remember enough of it. I want to say I'd have Mario and Luigi just below Storm. All right, Sewer Urchin. Again, funny episode, great episode. And completely no, talks like Rain Man. I don't think I mentioned that either. So if you know Rain Man, he sounds like him. Sewer Urchin, let's have him by Yajirobe. Dr. Scratch and Sniff is fine, and I'm going to move him down a little bit to let's. That looks fine. All right, Boo. Boo, I can move down. Boo is probably not as prevalent as some of these. Let's see. I'd still have him above. Let's say right there. Okay. Cauliflower, I would probably have a little bit higher. I'm going to throw her up. Then Huckleberry Hound. I like Huckleberry. I don't remember enough of his show or anything to get it perfect, but he is. Let's have him right below. Sewer Urchin. Okay, then we had the Muppet Babies. No. I like them. Probably have Gonzo above Miss Piggy. Yeah, and above Fozzie. I like Gonzo a lot. I almost forgot about him. And then you have Velma. You have Rolf. Velma. Okay. Monterey Jack. I'd probably move down. So I'm going to move him down just below Yamcha. And then we have Chopper and Tally and Hondo. Okay. And Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, again, I don't like Beavis and Butthead as much as some of these other characters. I didn't watch it as much. They're iconic, more iconic than some of these characters for sure. I'd maybe throw them like, no. No, I think we're going to just keep him there. That's about right. All right, Jerry, I probably given more credit than I really like the show, so I'm going to throw him more by Huckleberry Hound and have him a little lower. Okay, these guys go below Sergeant Slaughter. All right. Droopy, similarly. But I like Droopy more than I like Huckleberry Hound. I'm also going to move Launch over Videl. And Videl below Sergeant Slaughter. All right, Slappy Squirrel. I actually like more than Ren and Stimpy, and that's about it. Then Ren and Stimpy next to Beavis and Butthead makes a lot of sense for me. And I'm going to split them. I like Beavis more than Ren, but I like Stimpy more than Beavis. At the same time, I can convince myself to go down the other order, where Butthead's my favorite, but it's close. All right, Pink Panther, Yogi. Okay, Ren needs to go down. I don't remember enough of Pirates of the Dark Water. He'd be more down here. Okay, Professor Newtonian. Oh, wait. Yogi, Fred. I like Fred. Sabine, Tien. Okay, I'm going to move Pink Panther right below Butthead. Yogi is fine. Fred, fine. Tien's pretty cool. Powerpuff Girls. I like the Powerpuff Girls more than Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Their voices kind of get on my nerves sometimes. Zeb, I'm going to move down a bit. He's more like a Hondo Chopper. I'm going to move him below Tally. I know I'm hopping around a little bit because I see Steelheart or Bluegrass up here really high, and he needs to be lower. Bluegrass is less than some of these folks. Like right in there. Okay. Anyway, Gladiator. Gladiator wasn't in the show a ton. I did like him a lot, but to have him way above some of these other characters, I don't necessarily think so. Let's have him similarly down there. Kid Flash. I would have maybe below Fred. Superboy. Similarly. Pumira, I do like. I'm going to move Fred above Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And Khalifa over Sabine, Professor Newtonian. Okay, I feel all right about that. All right, Turbo from the GoBots is too high. GoBots was just not great. I'm going to move him more down by Many Faces. And Leader 1 is better, certainly, than Turbo, but I don't know that he's this high, so I'm going to say down by Sergeant Slaughter. RoboCop, similarly, I don't remember enough of him. So let's put him a little above Vidal. All right. Making progress, slowly but surely. Hang in there. Basically telling that to myself. All right, Pumira, DD. Booster Gold. I like Booster Gold. He's fun. Hercule. Okay, I'm going to move Hercule. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep him. He's fun. King Kai. Spike. Tough decisions here. Okay, I like Hercule less than I do Tien. So let's do that. Booster Gold is maybe more around Sabine, just above Sabine. King Kai, I like more. Okay, then we have Astro, more of a just dog character. I'm going to move down. He's preferable. I mean, he's preferable over Huckleberry Hound to me. All right, back up. Tweety Bird, similarly classic character that's just not as much my favorite as these. So I'm going to have him by Roadrunner. Okay, Spike, Sif, I can move pretty far down. In fact, Sif may fall into the cool enough category around Jubilee. Black Lightning, good character. Probably move him a little bit down below. Khalifa, Professor Newtonium, Superboy, maybe between Superboy and Kid Flash. All right, Steelheart. Just about, and I think I like Khalifa more than I like Hercule. Steelheart, Yogi, Slimer, Slappy. Let's have her about right down there. All right. Black Canary, again in a couple of iterations of the show. Let's have her right below Superboy. Then we have Supergirl, who I do like more, and Supergirl can stay. Zatanna can stay. Sasha, Green Arrow, Duke. Duke can go higher. I mean, I know I gave him a hard time before. He is cooler, but he's just no Flint to me. So we'll figure him out here in a bit. All right, Mr. Kim, Dale, Rex. Rex, I will move down. Let's have Rex just below or above Luigi, below Storm. It's hard not to lose my place. Where were we? Okay, Dale, Cliff Jumper, Bender, Bunsen, Monkey Man. Man, Monkey Man's funny. I don't want to downplay him. I love Jump Good. He's fun, but let's have him just below Supergirl. All right. Let's see. We had Pesto. Man, he's funny. Let's have him just below Tien. We can split up some of the Dragon Ball characters again. I keep like lumping them, I'm sure. Okay, Patrick Starfish, Beaker. Armin's a good character. He's just not my favorite. Like, he's a very good character, but sometimes you got to move him down. Right below Superboy. Bender, Bunsen, Patrick, Beaker, Android 18, Deflator Mouse. Okay, Kame. Kame, I might move down just a tad, not too much. Let's have him in between Dale and there. And then Deflator Mouse, American Made. I can probably move American Made down to Green Lantern-ish. Flare Mouse still pretty funny. Pam, Nightcrawler, John, Fred. I'd have maybe below these folks. Hera, I can move down a bit. Let's say right below Supergirl. Yoda. I like John Arbuckle. I'm going to move him up one. Yoda's fine, though. All right, Betty Rubble. Quick Draw McGraw. Zoidberg I can move down a little bit, though he's funny. I just didn't watch the show enough. He's below Bender to me, though. And then Barney, Blade's a little high. He's fun on the show, but more like the Punisher. He's didn't do too much. Let's have him just below Booster Gold. And honestly, like Sabine is probably better than both of them, so I'll put her up there. Okay, Padme's too high. I wouldn't have her over some of these other Star Wars peeps, so I'll just put her around Chopper, and I like Chopper more than I like Zep. Okay, Nightwing, fine, Kyle. Okay, Meatwad, Frylock, Shake, Miss Martian. Let's take Miss Martian down just below Barney, and then we have Daphne, Darkwing Duck, Duke, Babs, Plucky, Buster. Captain Planet's a little high. I'd have him probably below. Let's put him below. Split up these guys a bit and put him below Frylock. Yeah, I like Meatwad more than Captain Planet. There we go. Kyle. Okay. Daphne, Darkwing Duck, Duke. Jaga's too high. Jaga's way too high. What are we thinking? Jaga is not above Storm for me, so I'm going to throw her down there. Throw him down there. Kermit. Love Kermit. A little too high. I'm going to put him right below Dale. And then we have Linka and Wheeler a little too high. Maybe just Linka like right below Daphne, Wheeler a little lower. But I like him more than Captain Planet, so I'm putting him right there. Dot. I like Dot more than Dale. I like Dot more than Gadget. I like Buster more than those two. Let's try that. All right, Pidge, Voltron. Pidge is a little high compared to some of these, but I'd have him here. And then I know we moved on Duke, so I've just kind of skipped him. But I'd probably have Duke right around there as well. So that's, I was trying to see how many awesomes we had. I don't want to get too like awesome heavy. Should be quicker than where we're at with barely not awesome. All right, So we have Beth, Marge, Peggy, Lois, the group of strong mother figures. We have Lois last, Beth. I'd probably put Lois over Marge and Peggy, and then that, and some of they're going to move up by default, I think. So Ant-Man's too high. Ant-Man needs to go pretty far down comparatively. He is more around Green Arrow for me. But I liked him. I mean, Henry Pym was pretty good in the show. Same with Rocky, and Rocky is more like some of these folks down here. But I do like Rocky. He was a good partner with Bullwinkle. I'll have him down by Hampton. Let's hope I can find where I was. All right, back row, Captain Caveman, a little bit lower than these. Let's throw him next to Captain Planet. Summer. Scooby, Scrappy, Hunk. Hunk can go down a little bit. He's maybe more by Pidge. And then Jane Jetson can go down a little bit. She's not as good as some of these moms. Duke, Pidge, Darkwing Duck. I like Daphne more than I like Jane, but Jane's probably better than Linka. Okay. Then Man at Arms, too high for me, but He-Man is cool. He's his right hand man, but he's not like way up there for me. I like him a little more on Captain Planet. Dennis the Menace, yes. Well, we had Shaggy and Scooby, Dennis the Menace, Mega Man, Gordon Bobby Hill. Okay, I like Dennis the Menace maybe more than like Bobby. Okay, Hunter is too high. He's clone the Bad Batch. He's more around Tien, Khalifa, Sabine. There you go. So right below Sabine. Okay, and then we had Quicksilver, Bar Brady, Gohan, Winston. Winston I can move a little bit down as he's not as important to me as some of these folks. Maybe there. And I'm also going to move Linka below the Aqua Team while I'm there. Bar Brady, Gohan, Quicksilver. Quicksilver is the leader, but I'm going to take him down a little bit just on the Silverhawks. Shaggy, Scooby, Summerbeth. More like Duke. I'm going to put him down by Duke. Joe Quagmire. All right. So Gohan, I'm going to shift up into awesome. Okay, Porky Pig, Yakko Wacko, Pinky. Okay, I'm going to move Pinky toward the bottom here. How many of these do I have? A decent amount still. Okay, got to try to get done in the next 20 minutes. Gohan, Porky, Yakko Wacko, Mallory. Professor X, I'm going to move down a little bit. He's just not my favorite character, but he's still awesome. Porky, Kanan, I can move down a little bit. I still like him more than like Professor X. Morty, Jimmy, Timmy, George. Can move George Jetson down to just below. Let's move below Mr. Morty. Then we have Thor. Buttons can come down. Buttons is fun character, but he's just not like super great. I'll have him right below Mega Man. Bird Person is cool, but side character at some point. So let's have Bird Person. Go right there for now. And I'll move Quagmire up to be just above him. All right, Thor. Okay, Thor, Teddy, Jerry, Martian Manhunter. Awesome characters now. John Stewart, Shira, the Hawk Girl, Garfield, Dexter, Daredevil. Okay, Ray, I'm going to move down a bit. I mentioned that earlier, I think, where I don't know that he goes as far as Winston does. He's maybe more. Yeah, he's right where Winston is, I think. So, all right. Daredevil, Dexter, Bishop, Panthro, Gambit, Krieger, Aaron, Did pretty good. Did a little bit better placing, I think, up here. Okay, George Jetson is more like around Porky Pig. Gohan I like better than some of these, so I'm moving there. Mallory I can move down one. Jimmy, Timmy, Thor. Okay, Martian Manhunter, Jon Stewart. Daredevil is, again, I think I said this great character. I just don't know what he was in for a very long period of time. He was in Spider-Man for a bit. When he's awesome, he was awesome when he was in it, kind of like Punisher, but just not in it enough. I wish he had his own cartoon or something. Maybe he did, and I just didn't see it. But I'll have him like maybe right there around Mr. Hankey. Okay, Dexter, Bishop. Bishop I can move down a tad, but not too much. So I like Garfield. Okay, Dexter. Panthro. Panthro I can move down a couple spots. We'll split up the superheroes, maybe. Okay, Gambit. Again, I gave the Gambit reasoning from X-Men 97. Scrooge, Cable. Goliath is a little too high for me because I didn't watch the show as much, so I'm going to move him down. More like around there. Krieger is a fun side character, but more like a Teddy kind of deal. And then we have our Attack on Titan folks. So Aaron, I'll have Aaron more around Martian Manhunter. Levi's cool. Hanji, maybe between Dexter there, and then Artemis is, yeah, I like Artemis. Okay, Arthur, Stan, Daffy Duck I can move down a bit, like around Porky. I probably like Porky a little bit more, and I like George Jetson a little bit more. All right, stuff. Brian. Okay, Birdman. Again, there's Harvey Birdman, which is a funnier character. Aquaman from Batman Brave and the Bold's a funnier character. Beast. Okay, Launchpad. Launchpad I'll move down a little bit. He's maybe more. Yeah, let's have him around there. Papa Smurf, similarly, just a little too high for me. Still in the awesome category, so nobody panic. Princess Allura, Keith, Lance. Egon, Vinkman, Chicken Boo. Chicken Boo's great, but I can move him down a tad. Not a lot of character depth there, but it's fine. I'll have him just by Aaron Yeager. Okay. So Princess Allura is maybe more like around Hawk Girl. Keith is okay for now. Lance, I would have maybe down a bit. Okay, I'm going to take Harvey Birdman about to Bishop. Brian Aquaman down to, where was I going to go with this? Oh, just below Scrooge. Okay, got that little grouping, I think, handled. All right, now Egon and Vinkman. The end is slowly coming. Egon, I like a little bit more than Vinkman. Bullwinkle is good, and I'd have Bullwinkle maybe just below those two. Okay, the Transformers who can move around a bit. Wheeljack is maybe more around these guys. Ratchet is more around Thor down here. Jimmy, Morty, so I'll go there. Prowl is just around like Daredevil, and then Iron Man was good. Captain America's Flash is good. Chitara, Tigra. I liked Flash a lot. They're both fast runners, so it's a good thing they're together. And I think I like Flash a little bit more than Tigra. Then we had Ashi from Samurai Jack, who I like a lot, but needs to move down a little bit. Maybe more, let's say, right below Keith. Android 18 and 17. Android 17 can move to just below yeah, let's say Martian Manhunter, right around there. One above him. All right, and then we had Android 18. Right, maybe by Dexter. And then we had Krillin. Okay. Probably like Flash a little bit more than Krillin. Al Jolson. He's a fun character. I've moved him down a little bit. Well, we'll do the whole chicken thing. We'll say he's right around Chicken Boo. Okay, Alucard, cool character, but I'm going to move him a little bit down to just below the Ghostbusters. Okay, we have Trevor, who I would probably move there as well. And then Butters, Space Ghost, Ninja Turtles, Bumblebee. So in terms of my personal preference, SpongeBob is a little bit lower. Like I'd have him down by Jimmy, and then Squidward a little lower than that. Not much. Well, let's move SpongeBob right below Morty. Those guys are kind of close. All right, Linda can move down. She's one of more of the mom type characters, but I like her a lot. She is just, let's say, above Mallory. And then Space Ghost can move to around Birdman. I do like Space Ghost a little bit more. All right, Future Trunks. Right below Krillin. Ninja Turtles, Bumblebee, Luis. Okay, Leela, I need to move down because I just didn't watch Futurama as much. She's more around the right below Gohan. World, Sif, same thing with the other dudes from Castlevania. They're probably a little bit cooler than her, but she is awesome. Then we have Luis, Lana, Casey, Rogue. Luis is awesome. Bumblebee is awesome. April, Mikasa, Chi-Chi. Let's see, what do we do here? So Michelangelo, Donatello, let's keep for now. Bumblebee, let's keep for now. Okay, Lana. I always think of Archer saying that. Casey, I can move down below the Turtles and below Butters, but not very much farther. It's a fun character. Then Lana, Rogue, April, Raphael. Okay, I'd probably have Rogue above April. Splitting hairs here. Okay, going up the chain. Black Cat, I need to move down. She is more in line with like Flash. So I'm going to put right there. Raphael, Mika says great, but Mika says probably not as good as Raphael. and maybe Rogue, but I do like her probably a little more in April. All right, Chi-Chi can drop a little bit, not too much, but she can go to like right below the Ghostbusters, maybe. And then Splinter, I don't like as much as some of the others. So hold on. I'm going to Splinter down below Flash. Raphael Bulma a little lower. Well, Bulma and Krillin are kind of buddies, but I'll put her just above. Krillin below Felicia. The Scotsman, like Scotsman a lot. I'm going to keep him up there. Master Roshi, like him a lot. Going to keep him up there. Bart Simpson, classic character. Not my favorite compared to some of these. So just a second. Let's move Bart just below Michelangelo. Master Roshi, Hank Hill. Hank Hill's a classic character as well. Do I like him as much as some of the others all the time? Not necessarily. But I'll have him just above Rogue for now. Okay, She-Ra, I can move down a tad because I'm just not as huge a She-Ra fan. I'll have her down just above Cheetara. Okay, Lady J. I like Lady J a lot and Flint a lot. I'm going to give him credit and keep him up pretty high. Cyclops, yes. Inspector Gadget, I'm going to move down a little bit to be just below Hank. We've got Lady J, Flint, Cyclops, Leonardo. Courage is great, and I'm going to move him just below. Oh, I love Courage. I'm going to keep him there. Or keep him close. All right, Leonardo, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Batman Beyond, Ahsoka. And then we've got some of these folks. All right. How many did I have? Okay, I'm going to go down and check my second lowest category and add much more of my don't really care about than my Supremes. I'm going to try not to keep as many in the Supreme as well. But, okay. I do think Cyclops is Supreme. I think Leonardo is a Supreme character. And I might pull him back down, but I'm talking myself into and out of things. I'm going to throw Ahsoka up there. Figure it out from there. All right. In terms of favorites, Bugs Bunny is not one of my favorites. He's awesome, but he's not my favorite. So I got to be honest about that, and I got to pull him down to where he goes. I don't like Bugs as much as the Turtles, so I'm going to put him right there. Brain. I like Brain a lot. Similar story. I'm going to put him down there. Anakin. Okay, I'm going to move Anakin just below Lady J. Actually, just below Master Roshi, because I like Roshi a lot. Obi-Wan. Similar story. And then we get to Terry. Okay, I feel like we're in a good position to finish this sucker off in the next few minutes. All right, let's go to the Supremes. We've got Cartman, He-Man. Okay, so He-Man I think is a GOAT. I just held off on putting him in the top because I didn't know how many we were going to have of my all-time favorites. Batman is up there. Homer is not one of my favorites, but he's awesome, like Supreme character. And I think these other guys, yes. Rick, I'm going to hold off on and put him in Supreme. Peter, I'm going to hold off for now. Lino, He-Man. Okay, I think He-Man's toward the bottom of my goats. Optimus Prime, I've got higher. Peter, I've got higher. The Tick, I've got higher. Wolverine, I've got higher. Okay, Lino, Samurai Jack. I've probably got Samurai Jack higher. Okay, Goku is a Supreme. I'm sorry, a goat. I just held off on putting him up there earlier. Maybe there might be a couple more. So, all right, let's try to navigate this out. So, we've got Ahsoka, Leonardo, Cyclops. I've got those two above Wonder Woman. Vegeta, Superman. Superman's a bit higher to me, so I'm going to put him up there. Okay, the Transformers. Jazz I can move down into the category right below, but he's still up there. I'd have him above Bumblebee for sure. And I'm going to do, I missed this one. I'm going to move Luis above Lana. Jazz Hank. Okay, and then Ironhide, I can do the same thing. And Ironhide is maybe just, we'll split the girls up there. Grimlock, I think, is a little bit better from the movie than he is in the show, so I'm going to dock him a tad for that. But he's going to still be in Supreme likely at the bottom. And then very tough at this point. Very tough. But you can't call everybody a goat. All right. I've got Goku over He-Man. And I'm debating whether He-Man is still a goat for me. He certainly is from a cultural standpoint. But, okay, Batman. Okay, let's get these right. I like Randy more than Homer. I like Randy more than Rick. I like Vegeta less than Cyclops. I like Stewie less than Cyclops, Vegeta, Leonardo. And there. Okay, Piccolo. Cool, but I like Piccolo more than Vegeta, less than Cyclops. I like Bob more than I like Homer. I like Bob more than I like Rick. I like Cyclops more than I like Homer. And not as much as I like Rick. Okay, then Bob there. Archer. Okay, Archer I'm going to move down in between there. Peter and Cartman are both great. It's tough with Cartman again because he's not really like a protagonist. I mean, he's an awful person. Okay. I feel like that's pretty close. I'm not going to get perfect on this. And then I like Goku over Lino. Okay, I'm going to do a big jump and say Wolverine up here. I'm going to put Tick over Spider-Man. Now, I like Transformers was one of my favorite shows, but I'm not going to say Optimus Prime is like my favorite character of all time. Some people love him to death. Peter Cullen does his voice. He's great. So he's still up there. This is the tricky one. Samurai Jack is one of my favorite shows, and he's one of my favorite characters. Over the tick, yeah. Okay, that's close. Now we got to play a little bit down here. This Superman I like more than He-Man. So I'm going to put him up in the GOAT category. Cartman, Peter, Bob. Okay, I feel pretty good. Pretty good. I could argue myself night and day, making it better and be here for another 30 minutes, but we'll go with that. So we've got Batman, Wolverine, The Tick, Samurai Jack, Spider-Man, Optimus Prime, Goku, Lion-O, Superman, and He-Man as the top GOATs. Then the Supremes, we have Cartman, Peter, Griffin, Randy Marsh, Archer, Bob, Rick, Cyclops, Homer, Piccolo, Vegeta, Leonardo, Wonder Woman, Stewie, Ahsoka, and Grimlock. Feel pretty good about it. There's some of these that I could like argue myself into moving them up, but I'm going to try to keep it pretty lean at the top. All right, and then the rest are, you know, as you scroll down, there's a million of them, but I'll kind of do it slowly. So if you need to see the end, you can do that, and then we'll call it a video. All right. This is where I'm going to find somebody. I'm going to be like, oh gosh, I missed like the most important character on some show, and didn't include him. That's okay. All right, there we go. Scooter is your biggest piece of trash from GoBots, and we had Batman at the top because he's a great Batman and a great Bruce Wayne. All right, we will leave it at that. If you hung in here, congratulations, you made it.